Let's start the CPOC meeting. I understand that we have some speakers. Don, how many?
There's one speaker, Kevin Zhang.
Hello, good afternoon to Joe Lauder and Ronnie Hagum. My name is Kevin Zhang. I would like to request that the MTA B Division countdown clocks announcement and CPTC Culver Line, Sea Beach Line, West End Line, Fourth Avenue Line, and Brighton Line, because I can hear the train arrival announcement when the LCD screens and beacon installation all other lines trains except the L train. I am waiting on the F train to leave at 4th Avenue, 9th Street, Neptune Avenue, and Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue Station. I am waiting on the N train to leave at Coney Island, New Utrecht Avenue, 8th Avenue, and 59th Street Station. I am waiting on the B and Q trains to leave at Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue, Brighton Beach, Avenue U, Kings Highway, 7th Avenue, and Atlantic Avenue, Barclays Center Station. I am waiting on the D train to leave at Coney Island, Bay Parkway, 62nd Street, and 36th Street Station. B Division countdown clocks needs to install announcement like the L train station have, and including the 7 train stations as well. CPTC needs to install faster on the Culver lines, Sea Beach lines, West End line, Fourth Avenue line, and Brighton line. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you. Given the time of day, we're going to go quickly through this. What I'd like to first do is the approval of the minutes from our meeting on November 13th. I'll move them. Do I have a second? Items and seconded. Are there any changes, questions, comments? There being none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Don, the work plan? Any updates?
There's one change in the work plan. The East Side Access presentation, originally scheduled for this month, will be provided in March as part of MTACC's next appearance at CPOC. MTACC will continue, of course, to report on the project to the Railroad Committee. The proposed work plan for 2018 is included on page 7. If any committee members have any questions or suggestions, please get them to us.
Thank you. Given the time of day and given we have a governance committee meeting, I'd like to, all of the materials for items number 4, 5, and 6 have been provided in the book. So I'd like to, without having the presentations made, ask if there are any questions. We have staff here who will be able to answer any of the questions.
So on page 54 or thereabouts, it's discussing CBTC on the Queens Boulevard line, and I guess the date of when that phase will go into effect, and it mentions that all R160 cars will have been retrofitted and ready for CBTC, but it doesn't mention what happens to the R46 equipment that is running on the F and on the R lines currently. Do you anticipate all of that to be replaced by the opening of CBTC on Queens Boulevard? Because those cars obviously are not equipped for it.
I think, Commissioner, the plan will be to reassign those cars if they can't be equipped to be used on other lines.
So they would be gone from the Queens Boulevard lines,
yes,
obviously.
Sir.
Okay. You also have a map on the Penn Station access item of the New Haven line and showing the 4 New Bronx stations, and you have Parkchester as 2 words, and it's really 1 word, just so you know. It's 1 neighborhood word.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any other members have any questions or comments? Any other members have any questions or comments? There being none, let's move to item number 7. Ronnie, the capital program status report.
Thank you. The complete report is listed at begins at page 96. Just a couple of highlights in terms of commitments through 2017. We've made 28 major commitments. 14 more commitments are forecasted to be made by the end of the year. And with the awards expected in December, we expect to meet our 2017 commitment goal of $7.3 billion by year's end. On completions, we plan a total of $5.0 billion in completions, including 34 major completions that we have been tracking. We have achieved 20 year-to-date. 4 more completions are to be achieved by year-end. So by year-end, the MTA forecasts achieving 84% of its 2017 completions. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Ronnie. Are there any questions or comments? Okay. There being none, the quarterly traffic light report. Don?
Okay, thanks, Mr. Chairman. The report starts on page 107. Just a few very quick highlights. There's 282 projects reviewed in the third quarter, 52 design, 232 construction, 64% were designated green, 21% yellow, 15% were designated red. That's a decrease of 1 red project from the second quarter of this year. For each of the 41 core projects designated red, there's a 1-page report that follows the traffic light report. The Sandy program traffic light report begins on page 150. Similar numbers, 62% green, 20% yellow, 18% red. That's 4 fewer red projects from the second quarter. And again, there's a page summarizing the actions with the red agencies, with the red projects following the report. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Don. Can you continue?
Yeah, yes, and there's the change order report is in for information only on page 171. If there's any questions, we'll be glad to answer.
If there are no further questions or comments, I'll accept the move for adjournment. Second? All in favor? Aye. Okay. We will start governance in 5 minutes.